Community Viewpoint.
And welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment. And I have the honor of introducing you to Mary Duff, a co-worker that we work together at Nye Communities Coalition. Mary is the program director, this is a mouthful, for the Nevada Statewide Coalition Partnership AmeriCorps program. Tell us what AmeriCorps is, would you please?
So AmeriCorps is a national service program. It is one of several programs. There's also senior programs such as RSVP, Senior Companion Program, and Foster Grandparent. AmeriCorps has three different branches. There's AmeriCorps NCCC, and then there's also AmeriCorps Vista. But with the Nevada Statewide Coalition Partnership AmeriCorps program, or as I like to refer to it as NSCP AmeriCorps program, is a state AmeriCorps program.
Oh, interesting. So where do we want to go from here? What do we want to tell them? How many people do you have working in this area here?
So the Nevada Statewide Coalition Partnership AmeriCorps program is actually a statewide program in 11 of Nevada's 17 counties. And here locally, we actually have 15 AmeriCorps members through different agencies in Pahrump and Tonopah, as well as Armagosa. So these AmeriCorps members serve as both community health workers and community education workers. So they work raising the health and education environment throughout Nye County.
And they give back to the community throughout the year. And we had, what was it called, a National Day of Service that came up recently. And the AmeriCorps took the reins of a town cleanup.
Yes, so each AmeriCorps member completes 3 days of national service during their term. So the first day of service that was this past October 29th, it was Make a Difference Day, which is a recognized day of volunteer across the United States. It was made in 1992. And so we had different AmeriCorps members from Nye Communities Coalition come out in service for the day with the town cleanup. And so you can see pictures of them here coming out. Many of them brought their families as well, and we were able to collect a substantial amount of trash actually within the 2.5-hour cleanup. There was also a lot of volunteers who came out to support the event as well. A lot of church members and the faith-based community really responded to the cleanup.
And we had we had ads in the paper and the briefs, and they came out. We really appreciate the local residents taking the initiative to come out for the cleanup also. Plus, we got rid of a whole bunch more of the shopping carts again.
Yeah, a whole flatbread truck was collected for the shopping carts that have been discarded around town.
But they'll be back. Just like zombies, they'll be back. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about the program?
Yeah, so the program actually began in September of this year with members. Overall, in the entire program, we have about 33 members who are in service, again, in 11 of the 17 counties. These members either serve as community health workers or community education workers, and the community health workers provide education or referrals to community members to help close that gap between the local healthcare system and the community. A lot of times in rural communities, there's a lack of services. And oftentimes they're only there partially, not full-time, so they come in once a month or several times a month, or they're even telemedicine, which is the use of computers to visit with your doctor, maybe in Las Vegas or something. And so the community health workers can help to address those needs and advocate for the community members to help bring more services and programs. Then we have the community education workers, and they're divided between two different focuses. There's a group who works with the pre-K students here in Pahrump, and they are able to focus on their literacy skills. The reason that we wanted to focus on literacy skills is because at that age, it is the foundation of all learning. You need to know your words, you need to know what they mean, and then also later, you need to be able to read to learn other subjects. And so it's really the foundation and building blocks for learning. And so that is why literacy skills were chosen for the pre-K. Then we also have a group who work with the K through 12 students. And with that group, we really wanted to focus on raising the school interest. Nevada has very high dropout rates, and so if we're able to engage the student more and raise that interest in school, hopefully those graduation rates increase and also their academic achievement as well.
So what are some of the incentives for AmeriCorps? I know what they were because I did it for 4 years. So tell us, what are some of the things that AmeriCorps members receive for their year or full-time or half-time service?
So we do have members who serve full-time, and then we have members who serve half-time. So those full-time members are able to receive not only health care, but child care assistance as well during their term of service. The living allowance that they receive for service is modest, and so those extra benefits really help the member. At the end of service, they are able to receive the Eli Siegel Education Award, which is about $5,700 that they can put towards continuing their education or paying back student loans. The $5,700 is for the full-time member, and then that's divided in about half for those part-time members. And so a lot of members really enjoy that benefit as well.
Oh, that's interesting. And then you've been an AmeriCorps member for how long? You were for 1 year?
I was AmeriCorps Vista for 1 year, yes.
Yeah, she had to wear the shirts and everything for 1 year. I had to wear them for 4 years. Can you tell us anything more that we'd be interested in?
Yeah, so the Nevada Statewide Coalition Partnership AmeriCorps program has 5 intended impacts. So the first impact revolves around the community health workers' work. It is community members meaningfully engaged in the local healthcare system. Then we have the second impact: community members will lead healthier lives. The third impact relates more to the community education worker, where students actively engage in school. And impact 4 is the pre-kindergarten students develop a passion for literacy. And impact 5 is the AmeriCorps members increases their self-efficacy. And so these were really developed so that as the program moved forward, we were able to do effective evaluation and make sure that our intended impacts were occurring in the community. And so this spring, I'll be beginning the evaluation, and hopefully we can see these results.
Great. So how long has AmeriCorps been around?
So AmeriCorps Vista began in 1965. However, AmeriCorps State and National, which is what the NSCP AmeriCorps program is, began in 1992.
Okay, so that's been around for quite a while, and so we want to thank you for sharing with us with the AmeriCorps. Now, when do AmeriCorps positions come up?
So Nye Communities Coalition is one of the host sites for the Nevada Statewide Coalition Partnership AmeriCorps program. They collect all the applications for the surrounding agencies who use AmeriCorps members within their organization. And so it is actually collected on a year-long basis. It's a rolling application process. The next batch of AmeriCorps members will begin September of 2017. However, the interview and the selection process begins way before that, I would say in May. And so you want to make sure that if you're interested, to contact Nye Communities Coalition Site Supervisor Heidi Labastida in the springtime to make sure that you're on track for service.
Plus, there'll be ads in the paper. You'll see it on Community Viewpoint, in the radio, and other means, word of mouth through the schools. I'm sure the schools will have some literature on it also, because they like to draw from the youth. And it's a good learning experience to get out there into the world. It's a good start on life skills.
AmeriCorps really allows you to have on-the-job experience that may not otherwise be available to you. It provides, not only grows your professional skills, but also we provide a lot of trainings to make you more ideal to an ideal candidate for a job.
A better citizen also, yes. But anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by with us. We're going to talk about a couple more things. We have a couple of minutes. Linda Wright is flying, or she's in Hawaii right now for a conference, but otherwise she would be here also. But she's involved, excuse me, something that's called a Veterans Day USO show. So this is happening Friday, November 11th this year at 6 p.m. at the Saddle West Event Center at Highway 160 here. They'll have singing, dancing, and more entertainments for all the ages, raffles and silent auction. Now, if you want a ticket and you'd like to go and have some fun, the pre-sale tickets are $15. At the door, they will be $20. You can get those at the VFW, the Plum Party Store, and it benefits the Veterans Food Pantry. and that's over at the VFW on Homestead. So for more information, you can call 775-419-7857 or 727-6072. That's probably one of those is her number, but don't call her now because I think she's in Hawaii right now, so, or she's on a plane. It's for a conference. She's not enjoying herself, I'm sure. Next thing that we'll be involved with the Nye Community Coalition, since this is November, is the free community Thanksgiving dinner.
On November 24th, from 12 to 3 at the Nye Communities Coalition's Activity Center, there will be a community Thanksgiving meal available and open to everyone. So please stop by if you want a fellowship. If you have a difficulty driving in, you can call Vet Trans at 775-572-8387. You may want to make sure you dial the 775 or the number won't work. And then also if you'd want a home delivered meal to your house, you can call Linda DeMeo at 775-209-4683. Hope to see you there.
Community Viewpoint.